Welcome back. Losing a pet is one of the hardest things animal lovers go through, so one local man is trying to make that grieving process a little bit easier if possible. Richard Waxman joining us now with Paws and Hearts Animal Assisted Therapy. Good morning to you, Richard.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Excellent.
So, next month, the 10th of April, starts the beginning of the third year of the Pet Bereavement Support Group. And when I came on a couple years ago to talk about it, you gave me the perfect introduction because you said to me, "Where's Scruffy?"
Yes.
Okay, Scruffy had passed away the year before that. That's why I started this group. We do it once a month. It's the second Wednesday of every month. And in the 2 years we've done it, we've had as many as 8 people show up. We've had 1 person show up. People register, they come into the office, and they talk about losing a dog or a cat. I've heard so many amazing stories of loss and love. And the way we do it in the office, I ask you to register online, and then I give you a phone call. We talk about the dog or the cat. When you come into the office, you bring a photograph, and maybe they'll be showing the picture of Scruffy, so that when you're talking to the rest of the group, they can actually see who you are talking about.
Right.
Okay. You know, when somebody loses a dog or a cat, and one woman actually came, she lost a horse, we all talk about the ending and how bad that last few months was. And I like to listen to that and then go back. I always say, so tell me about the first day you brought Scruffy home.
Aww.
See what you're doing? Okay.
Yes, you smile.
Okay.
It's just the reaction.
You smile. Oh.
Right.
And they tell you about their very first day. And then I asked them, so tell me your favorite Scruffy story. Well, there were so many of them. So that way, by the time they have finished talking, at least they leave there. I want people to focus on the 15 wonderful years they've had, because it's not just about the bad ending.
Right.
And I ask people if they're journaling, because, writing about the life of the animal, not typing it, and not doing it on your little phone, but actually pen and paper, because what's in your heart goes down your hand through the pen and on the paper. And I always say, when your tears hit the paper, you know you're on the right track. It's just the best way of writing about the life you had with the dog or the cat.
Right, and we all know with grief it never really goes away, but it gets easier, especially when you have support, right?
Yes.
And you can talk about it, and you can be around people that are experiencing the same thing.
And I provide a safe environment. All I want to do is listen and give a couple of constructive suggestions, because your friends, when you tell them, they only want to hear it once.
Right.
And what do we all, well, it was only a dog or a cat, or you can get another one, or I saw one on TV the other morning that would be the perfect replacement.
Right.
What an awful word, replacement, for an animal that lived in your home
for that long.
Yeah, for all that.
It's just so sad to even think about. I have many friends out there who are going through the grieving process or preparing for the death of their animal. And what about that, if somebody's preparing for the death? Can they come?
Of course.
Okay.
Of course they can.
Because that's the hard time, right? When you're walking through the animal's sickness and what to do. I mean, my friend literally today has decided that it's time to euthanize because their dog has bone cancer. So, and that decision in itself is just torture.
It's awful. That last trip to the vet, when you have to, whether you go to the vet or the vet comes to your home to do it, either or. When you say goodbye and I'm going to start to cry now.
Me too.
When you say goodbye that very last time, okay, they go to a better place, because I believe in the Rainbow Bridge. They're out of pain. They're young again. As I know, when Scruffy came back in a dream a couple months later to say, "Dad, I got here, and I'm okay, and I found Lucky, and I'm not in any pain anymore. I'm not in any pain anymore, and there's no more diabetes and there's no more Cushing's disease. Just quit crying. I'm okay." So it's better for the dog and the cat. The tough part is those of us, the ones who are grieving, the passing away part for the animal is not that tough. It's those of us who are left behind that have to deal with this. It's just...
And it almost makes it harder when people say, it's just a dog or it's just an animal. I mean, it's grief, and it's a part of your family. Richard, we have to stop here,
Okay.
but you know, this conversation needs to continue with those of you out there who are grieving. So please check out your website.
Yep.
Thank you, Richard.
Thanks a lot.
We'll be right back. That's so sad.